This is our final speaker, then we're going to incredible music. You know, I've always believed, of course, that Israel is the ancient Jewish homeland, eternal. The Jews are the indigenous people of the Holy Land. We are the indigenous people of the Holy Land. Read the Christian Bible. We are the indigenous people of the Holy Land. Read the Quran. We are the indigenous people of the Holy Land. Read all the Roman historians, Greek historians. We are the indigenous people of the Holy Land. But I also believe that Israel is not only the great homeland of the Jewish people. I believe that Israel is the great Arab hope. Would it were that our Arab brothers and sisters had the same freedoms in their countries that Arab citizens have in Israel. Would it were that Arab Muslim young women in Gaza could date any man and marry any man they want without being murdered by their brothers or cousins for desecrating their families. Would it were that Arab citizens in Syria or Lebanon or Egypt could vote for their elected leaders without being thrown into jail. And that's why I love my brother Sal. Sal Sinatra, baby. Palestinian American, lover of Israel, lover of the Jewish people. And Sal, as they said about James Bond, nobody does it better. Get up here, Sal.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Yeah, just take this. Yeah, good. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. Okay, round of applause for Rabbi Shmuley for putting this all together. Isn't he cute? They put him on TV. They make him look like he's such a monster. He's a teddy bear. I love him. My name is Sal Sinatra. I was named Sal Sinatra because I do things like fly me to the moon, let me play amongst the stars. But I'm not here as an entertainer tonight. I've written out something because I didn't want to leave anything out. I never really write speeches. But this was so important, I couldn't mess this up. Today, on the first anniversary of the vicious and disgusting surprise attack by Hamas on October 7th on the Jewish people, which any person, it doesn't matter what country you're from, if you have freaking common sense in your head, you don't support it and you condemn it. I stand here unified with all of you and Jews around the world and all those in this world who want peace and safety for both the Arabs and the Jewish people. I come not as an entertainer, actor, author, but as a citizen of this modern world. Here in Hell's Kitchen is where I was raised. I'm a mixed race. I'm part Italian, part Puerto Rican, part Nicaraguan, and part Palestinian. My friends are Jewish. My manager's Jewish, and I don't think you can do pretty much in this world without having a Jew in your corner, you know what I mean? From New York City over here. But yes, I'm Palestinian. And the difference between me and other Palestinians is that I haven't been poisoned by propaganda and lies. Now, as someone who plays a gangster or mobster role in movies like Don Q, I'm actually a nerd at heart. Now, since I was little, I would sit, and my hobby, since maybe 12 years old, was studying ancient knowledge because I love to read. And so, as a result of this, I put together a lifelong work over 40 years, which has led me to know the truth about our situation today. I have not heard anyone say this truth, not on any podcast, not on any media, so I'm here to say this, maybe in my own way for the first time. The truth is, Jewish people going to Jerusalem is not an occupation, it's a homecoming. It's a coming home. Why do I say that? Why do I say that? Listen up, my Palestinian brothers across the street. There is a lie perpetrated to our people, the Palestinians, and more so a lie being told to the world, where it has turned into anger and hate against Jews. And if hate for Jews is based on a lie, and I know that it's a lie, with my conscience, and even though I'm a Palestinian, I have a responsibility to tell the truth. And it's even though it may hurt my own people across the street, it's time for us to grow up and learn this truth. Now, I don't discount the suffering of my people in Gaza. We know it's horrible. But the Jews have been suffering since slavery under the pharaohs in Egypt. This is not about 1948. This is not about 1917. This has been going on for thousands of years. The Jews have been persecuted. The Holocaust was something atrocious. How do I know? Because that's how I met Rabbi Shmuley during the play and the trial of Eichmann. And I saw the footage, and that was a real genocide. People dying because they're in the middle of a war is not a genocide. The Holocaust was an actual genocide. And if you don't believe me, take time from tweeting your hate about Jews and go look at some videos of the Holocaust. Yet Palestinians are angry, as they should be. But the reason why they should be, and the pain that they're going through, wisdom tells us anger is a result of suffering, and suffering must be met with compassion. And over again, Israel has tried to show that compassion and start all over again. And October 7th, it was torn apart. The media outlets like Piers Morgan Uncensored and others say that Israel's response was disproportionate. But when you've been suffering so many thousands of years, what type of response do you expect? Now, is this about who's suffering more? Who has really suffered more? If we're taking a measuring stick, yes, many civilians have suffered in Gaza. But if we want to put numbers on it, the Jewish people have been subjugated for thousands of years since Moses took them out of slavery by God's hand out of Egypt. If you study, you realize that the scriptures, the Torah, the Quran, and the Bible are actually historical documents with archaeology and historicity of the scriptures. it is no doubt to anyone with a brain that the land of Jerusalem belongs to the Jews. This truth came out in my book, GodTimeTravel.com, in 2017. And finally, Rabbi Shmuley gave me this platform to tell the whole world this truth about the land. No matter if it doesn't please everyone's ears, but don't take my word for it. Don't trust me. Don't trust the Jews. I'd like to quote the Quran. In the Quran, Jerusalem is 100% the land of the Jewish people. And it even doubles down. In Surah 2 and 122, it says, "Children of Israel, recall my favor, which I bestowed upon you and exalted you above the nations of the world." That is from the Quran. According to your own Quran, you should be loving Jews. Why? Because the scriptures say that the Jews will be a light to the world. What kind of people get bombed over and over again, and we're here trying to do music and celebrate and make peace? What kind of people do this? I'll tell you whose people. God's favorite people. And if you don't believe me, you go to Deuteronomy 7 and 6, Matthew 15 and 24, and Revelations 20 and 12. Jesus was a Jew from the tribe of Judah. Let's get it straight. And so I conclude with two things: the truth and a solution. First, the truth. Iran and Egypt and the other neighboring Arab countries. I tell you this, especially Iraq, and especially the Saudi family, who was really quick to open their mouth a couple of days ago and threaten Israel. The Arabs are sons of Abraham and Hagar. They are the Ishmaelites. They are not Palestinians. Palestinian is a fake name that was taken from the Philistines in 700 to 600 AD. And this history is written in Zechariah 9. This family dispute is built upon a lie. It's built upon a lie that the Arabs' land is in Jerusalem. No, you were left there by the Ottoman Empire. It is not your land. And they're lying to you. Why are they lying to you? Because they want to keep on hating the Jews, and they want to keep saying the Jews are the reason we're bombing because they are attacking Palestine. But I call out Iran as a Palestinian. I call out Egypt as a Palestinian. And all the surrounding Arab countries. What happened? Where's your hypocrisy? Oh, it's worth it to bomb the Jews for Palestinians, but Egypt, you won't open your borders and let the Palestinians in? Do you really care? If it was my brother suffering, I would let him in and figure it out later. The truth is, that land belongs to the Jews, and all Arabs should leave and go to where they come from. Where is that? Iraq, Arabia, and the Arab countries. The Jews have a small strip, and it's in the Quran, it's in the Torah, and it's in the Bible. That land belongs to them. Now, number two, my solution. First, the acknowledgement from all Arab countries, enough lies, that the land of Jerusalem historically and rightfully is the land of the Jews. That's first. For all Arab countries to band together. Egypt in the south open its doors. If you truly care about your Arab brothers, the lie is over. The Palestinians were left in Jerusalem by the Ottoman Empire, and it's time you rescue your own brothers. These are facts. Let the Jewish people live in peace for once in their own land. Arab Arab countries must immediately stop shooting rockets into Israel, and I'm sure, therefore, Israel in return will no longer bomb your countries if you stop the shenanigans. The other surrounding Arab countries should allow Palestinian refugees into their lands. I'm sure that Netanyahu himself and America would help pay for the aid if they agree to the simple facts that the land belongs to the Jews for thousands of years, way before 1948 and any other recent time. I tell the Arab countries, do not be hypocrites. Do not say you're bombing Israel because you care about Palestinians, yet you refuse to give them land and refuge and humanitarian aid. This is the problem. I'm glad I wrote it down. I wouldn't have remembered it. But I'm a Palestinian and a Puerto Rican and an Italian and a Nicaraguan.
And an honorary Jew!
That's right. Shalom Aleichem, Malasheh Shores, Malasheh Elyon. Let me tell you something. We can find peace if we tell the truth. That land belongs to Jerusalem. It's pretty simple. Anybody with an IQ above 100 can just, take it in their head. It's over. Let Jerusalem be Jerusalem and for the Jews. Let them have their homeland. You're not going to go to Ireland and move into Ireland. Go ahead and try it. Go to Scotland and tell them you want to settle on their land. It's not going to gel. The Arabs have a land. I am an Arab. I am an Ishmaelite. Historically, our lands are Arabia, Iraq, and the Arab lands. The Arab countries need to stop being hypocrites. They want to demonize the Jews. But I tell my Palestinian people out there, if you see this and you hear my voice, it is not the Jews, it's our own Arab brothers who are not stepping in. It's hypocritical, it's a lie, and it's time somebody expose this lie. I want to thank Rabbi Shmuley for having me here. I love him, I give him a hug as a Palestinian New Yorker to one handsome little Jew. Look at him, look at him, look at him.
And Sal, even though I was with Prime Minister Netanyahu a few days ago, I got to praise him the day that Israel eliminated Nasrallah. You can see the videos. I love Bibi Netanyahu. I've known him for 35 years. But I want Bibi to hear this. This is going to be the first Palestinian Prime Minister of Israel! Woo! Because he believes that the Jewish people belong in Israel and it's our land!